What's going on, guys? Your boy Jermaine Houghton here, and once again, thank you for choosing me as your Forex mentor. Definitely going to try to make you into a profitable trader, make this into something that you can do for a living, come in day to day, and make money in these Forex markets. Okay, so this is video number 3. So far, we should have already gotten our charting service downloaded, choosing a broker, and gotten the Telegram and also TeamViewer downloaded. So now we went over how I want you to set these charts up. We've got our 3 moving averages, 8, 20, 100. Just a quick explanation of why I use these, okay? You want to always have a clear definition of the trend that the market is going in. Now, these are clear indications of the trend. That doesn't mean that we're using them mostly as trade signals. Sometimes I use them as confirmation tools. Like, for instance, when a market breaks all those moving averages, definitely want to pay attention because it does say that it's bullish. So if I have a position going in that direction, it's more confirmation to me saying, look, there's a high probability chance that we're going to continue to move in that direction. Okay. Now, a lot of my entries, most of the time I enter the market, I would be entering in a spot like this. I'll probably be entering a spot like this or a spot like this. Now, I'm going to show you how we get those entries, and we'll see it through repetition time and time again happen. I do use the Fibonacci tool a whole lot. Number one, it's a static system, which means that there's no room left for me to jump in there and say, well, I think this is going to happen. No, we have a 1, 2, 3 rule system, okay? When it does X, Y, Z, we react by doing X, Y, Z, okay? And most of the time, we'll know what we're going to do before the market gets there, okay? So what I need for you to do next, make sure you have these moving averages on. It's the 8 to 20. Majority of the time, when the 8 crosses the 20, price crosses both, you're gonna get a move in that direction, right? I'll show you some stuff I use once I got a direction for scalping on lower time frames with that method. But for now, we have them on there as something showing trend direction. See, I can scroll all the way back through this chart, and you will start noticing when we break those moving averages right here, we broke the 8, the 20, the 100. Price started to move down. I'm going to show you some nuances about that. Some stuff I learned along the way coming up in Forex. They have some people that solely use these systems as a trend following system, which means it's always going to put you in direction of the trend, but you're susceptible to what they call a whipsaw. When the market's going back and forth, it'll stop you out. But this system is definitely effective. My wife has never traded ever in her life, and I taught her just this simple moving average system, and she was able to grow her account by 4% in 1 month. So that's why I still keep them on there, because it doesn't take away from what we're doing. It actually, it's just a confirmation tool towards what we're doing. Okay. Last thing we're gonna put on here, all right? And like I said, if you notice the name of it, it's an indicator. It's not something that's saying, look, take this trade. It's an indication. Now, I use these because I know that other traders are watching them. So what I want you to have on here is type in SLO, and it'll come up. It should come up right here. Slow stochastic, OSHRI 17. We're going to choose that one, okay? So it doesn't look like they'll let me have it. So let's get rid of. For some reason, it's not letting me have it put up there. So let's see if it'll let me do it now. No, I don't want to upgrade the Pro. Oh, okay, it's already up there. What is this? Okay, I put the wrong thing on here, that's why. So let's go back in. Being that it's a, on this account, being that it's a trial, they only allow you to have certain amount of things on your chart. So I had to erase my 100 moving average. It's no big deal. So right here, stochastic is going to come down here at the bottom of your screen. All right. What you want to do is go to format, and what we want to do is change the input. We don't want 14. We're going to change that to 28. Okay, which is basically double. Now, what I use this for is just basically to see what the market is overbought or oversold, right? I don't really keep it big because I don't really look at it as a as something for a trade direction, but I do look at it to say, okay, do I need to exit this trade right here, or is this a good spot for me to? Does it confirm what I'm looking at when I'm going to get into this trade? Okay, so we have that down right at the bottom of our screen. We're going to talk about that when we do our webinars and stuff. I'll definitely explain that to you. You can see I'll go into it a little bit right now, and I'll show you just a couple of nuances, just like I did with the moving averages. Okay, now what you'll see is when this market went into overbought, which is above this 80 line, overbought can stay overbought for a long time. So never use that just as a signal itself. But the market is overbought. I'm expecting it at some point to turn back and relieve that overbought pressure, right? Now, if you go back, once you put that on your chart, just go back and look at it, and you will notice that whenever it hits those, right here it went overbought, the market wants to relieve that. What did it do? It relieved that pressure until it became all the way oversold, right? Whipsaws you right here, and then it's gonna relieve that pressure by pushing back up, right? And you can see the market is gonna relieve that pressure and push back up. So no matter how far back you go, you're gonna always see this continue. The market doesn't move in straight lines; it moves in waves and patterns. So when it goes oversold, there's a good probability chance that it wants to bounce just to relieve that pressure. So I use this as a confirmation tool sometimes if I'm getting in a trade to say, okay, maybe I'll wait a little bit longer because we're not overbought or oversold yet. I'll wait before I get into the trade and let it push a little bit higher before I make my entry. Okay, so now that we have that on the screen, our final tool we're going to go over here, and this is the most important thing right here. Okay, these tools on the side here. Back to current. Our most important tool we're going to be using, well, one of the most, okay? If you click right here, it's going to look like this at first when you first see it. If you click on the arrow, it's going to open up, and we're going to be using the fib retracement tool, okay? We're also going to be using the trend-based extension tool, but mostly we're going to use this fib retracement tool, okay? So what I want you to do is pull that up, click on that, right? Once you see it's highlighted, just draw it on your chart by clicking 2 points. You want to click a low point and click to a high point, all right? Now that I have it up there, what I want you to do is go into your settings, and right in this part right here, if it's not selected, go into style. You want a check mark under the 0 line. You don't have to have -23.6, 38.2, 0.50, 0.618. Change this to 0.786. Okay? And also you want to have a 1 and 161.8, 886, and 127. And you also want to have a 2. Those are the most important ones to have, okay? So let me remove all these check boxes off these other ones that I don't really need, and you make sure that you have all these that are checked, okay? 0, 0.382, 0.50, 0.618, 0.786, 1, 1.618, 1.27, 0.886, and 2. Okay? There's reasons why we have those. Okay? Now you can make your lines as thin or as thick as you want to. You can make them any color you want. Right? I prefer mine not to be a lot in the way. But make sure you have that stuff selected. Okay? That's all you need to do. And hit OK. Alright? So it's going to look like this. You see I have these different levels on here, right? We'll be using these to make our measurements and to do our analysis in the market. Like I said, this is the tool that we use the most, okay? This is what's going to give us our entries and our exits and how we're going to set our trades up. So once you have that set up, what you want to do is I want you to just practice with it a little bit. The way it works is you click it. You want to select a low point. This is the low. And then you select the high. This is a high. All right? And we're going to go into letting you know what this is telling you when I select the low and select the high, what I'm looking for. Because what I'm doing with this is I'm actually forecasting different areas of the market. That's why I said to you guys that we'll be having our analysis done, and we'll know what we'll be doing at certain prices before it gets there, right? As you can see, 38.2, 0.50, 61.8, 786, 886, and back to the zero line. We don't use 0 and 100. We mostly use 61.8, 786, 886, and onwards. But we do use these 50 and 38.2 sparingly, all right? Now, the 61.8 is one of the most important ratios out there. The 61.8, if you guys want to look up some YouTube videos on who Fibonacci was, this Fibonacci ratio basically defines every bone, the way how your body is set up, the way how your body is spaced out, the way how seashells inside of a seashell, the coils that are inside of them. If you measure 61.8, you will find those ratios occur again and again and again in nature, okay? And we will see that it occurs again and again and again in this market. So we use that level for something, but that's not our bread and butter. I'll be showing you how we use this tool to forecast the markets and predict where price should turn around and set up good risk to reward trades in this Forex market, okay? I think I've gone through enough for today. Next video, we will go over how to use the Fibonacci tool with effectiveness, okay? All right, this has been your boy Jermaine Houghton. Thank you once again for choosing me as your Forex mentor. Could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be right here with me, okay? So let's do this studying and try to get this money.